American Icon, George Washington, The Hidden History. Written by George Washington. Narrated by Geoffrey Giuliano. George Washington was born February 22nd, 1732. He was an American political leader, military general, statesman, and founding father who served as the first president of the United States of America from 1789 to 1797. He commanded the Patriot forces in the new nation's American Revolutionary War and led them to victory over the British. Washington also presided at the Constitutional Convention of 1787, which established the new federal government. For his manifold leadership during the American Revolution, he has been called the father of his country. Washington succeeded a prosperous family of slave-holding planters in colonial Virginia. He had educational opportunities and launched a favorable career as a land surveyor. He then became a leader of the Virginia militia in the French and Indian War. During the Revolutionary War, he was a delegate to the Continental Congress, was unanimously appointed commander-in-chief of the army, and led an Allied campaign to victory at the Siege of Yorktown, ending the conflict. Once victory was in hand in 1783, he resigned as commander-in-chief. Washington was unanimously elected president by the Electoral College in the first two national elections. He promoted and oversaw implementation of a strong, well-financed national government, but remained impartial in the fierce rivalry between subordinates Thomas Jefferson and Alexander Hamilton. In the French Revolution, Washington proclaimed a policy of neutrality while sanctioning the Jay Treaty. He set enduring precedents for the office of president, including title of the President of the United States. Washington's farewell address was widely regarded as one of the most influential statements on republicanism. Washington customarily owned and traded African slaves, but became troubled with the institution and freed them all in his will. He was a member of the Anglican Church and the Freemasons, and urged tolerance for all religions in his roles as general and president. Upon his death, he was eulogized as first in war, first in peace, and first in the hearts of his countrymen. Washington has been memorialized by monuments, art, places, stamps, and currency, and he has been ranked by scholars amongst the 4 greatest American presidents of all time.
Washington's early life, appointed as surveyor, first trip into the wilderness, entrusted with message to the French, 1732 to 1754. The 22nd day of February is a national holiday in America because, as everyone knows, it is the anniversary of George Washington's birthday. All loyal Americans love and honor him, the greatest man in the history of the Republic. He was born in 1732 in Westmoreland County, Virginia, where the Potomac River flowed past his father's farm. The farmhouse, called Wakefield, was burned, but the United States government built a monument to mark the place where it stood. When Wakefield was destroyed, the family lived for a time in a home, later called Mount Vernon, in Fairfax County. But the real boyhood home of George Washington was a farm overlooking the Rappahannock River, where his parents went when he was about 8 years old. His father, Augustine Washington, was a prosperous Virginia planter, and owned several fine estates. His mother's name was Mary Ball. She was a beautiful and sensible woman, and a wise, firm, and loving mother. She was his father's second wife, and there were 2 little lads already in the home, Lawrence and Augustine, when she came to take the place of their mother who had died. Besides these 2 half-brothers, George had 2 sisters and 3 brothers. The 2 older sons were sent to England to school. When George was 8 years old, Lawrence returned home, having finished his studies. A great affection at once sprang up between them. George was a fine, manly little fellow whom any big brother could love.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?